Back inside the House of Blues in Boston, Massachusetts, St. Patrick's Day. Our next fight features a couple of heavyweights. Alexis Santos grew up 20 minutes outside of Boston and Lawrence against Sylvester Barron from Washington, Seattle area. Should be a good one between these two. Santos is 12-0 with 10 KOs. And there you see the tail of the tape. Barron, 39, started boxing 3 years ago. Santos is 24, said he's always been a boxer. Santos 6 foot, 222. Barron 6'3", 239, has the weight and the reach advantage. And Paulie Malignaggi, these two fighters love seeing the heavyweights, especially in Boston. And there you see Sylvester Barron, probably 8-3, 3 KOs. He started boxing 3 years ago, so he doesn't have what you would normally see a 39-year-old fighter with a lot of ring mileage. So he still feels young and fresh.
And the problem is, could be his age. You know, he doesn't have the mileage or the damage maybe of a average fighter that might be that age, but at the same time, your age can count against you when you're that old. We'll see tonight.
Alexis Santos, the Dominican fighter who grew up in Lawrence, Mass., said because he's so excited for his first fight, everybody in Lawrence wanted to come watch this fight. Was sold out. So there's parties all over Lawrence right now to watch Alexis Santos make his TV debut.
That's what happens. You got a local product.
Let's go to the ring with the one and only Joe Martinez.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Our next bout tonight, 6 rounds is scheduled in the heavyweight division. The 3 judges scoring this bout at ringside: Dan Fitzgerald, John Manfist, and Jackie Morrell. And when the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action, Bob Benoit. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trunks trimmed in white, he weighed in officially 239 pounds. An 11-fight veteran, he brings 8 victories, 3 defeats with 3 knockout wins on his record. From Seattle, Washington, here is Sylvester Doug Barron. And next, his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black and silver, he weighed in officially 222.5 pounds. His record stands perfect in 12 bouts, 12 victories, no defeats, 10 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the undefeated fighting pride of Lawrence, Massachusetts. Here is Alexis Santos.
Fred is out. All right, guys, listen. Got your cups on? Let's see, all right? Mouthpiece? See your mouthpiece. All right. When I tell you guys to stop, it means stop. You got it? All right? When I tell you to break, I want you to break, and I want you to break clean. When I tell you to box, I want you to resume fighting. Now listen, good luck to both of you. I want you to touch gloves, come out fighting at the bell.
Paulie Malignaggi, you fought in front of your home crowd. You actually fought in Brooklyn not too long ago against Zab Judah. That's a big arena, but when it's 3,000 people all on top of you and everybody has an Alexis Santos shirt on, that's gotta be pumping you up.
Of course, regardless, the hometown crowd is still the hometown crowd, so you're excited whether you're in a big venue or a smaller venue like this where they're right on top of you. Regardless of the fact, you still want to impress, entertain, and enjoy the moment.
Barron with 10 KOs, said he's going to come out with a flurry. That's exactly what he's doing. Santos with the 10 KOs in his career. Barron said he finally became a pro fighter 3 years ago full-time, was messing around as a trainer. He said, let's just do it. Got himself a good crew, but my goodness, he's up against a young Alexis Santos, who's 24, who doesn't plan on sticking around for 6 rounds.
Santos came out shooting right out of the corner. And again, that's that adrenaline, that hometown crowd. You want to impress. Came out firing right away.
Santos, the Dominican, was silver and black. Barron, who played junior college football at Palomar JC, in the white and black. Santos said he was excited for this fight because his brother, who lives in San Diego, Rafael, has never seen him fight as a pro. So he's pumped up for that because he has a lot of family and friends who've never been able to go to his shows, able to check him out here on TV. That's why he was excited for this fight behind the reason. And my goodness, Paulie, he's coming out with some big punches.
Oh, yes. He came out with a purpose. Barron, it seems like, is a bit calmer. Let's see if Santos slows down. If he doesn't, Barron's going to have to figure out a way to slow him down.
Barron was at our fighter meetings with a Seahawks t-shirt on. He's a very proud resident of Seattle. He said, why not? That's his mantra for this fight, is why not? Knowing he's going into hostile territory, knowing he's going up against a young up-and-coming prospect who's all action, he said, why not be calm and pull off the upset? Why not is his mantra. Right now, he needs to just be relaxed.
Yeah, and you know what? He's got the right idea, you know. He's really got nothing to lose. Nobody here knows him. Nobody here is expecting him to win. So, you know, come in and relax and try to put on the best show possible and try to get that win.
Wild punching from Barron, gets caught with the left. Barron in his last fight was knocked out, and here he's taking a big right and left from Santos. Barron holding on. Barron's last fight was in December. He was knocked out in the second round. That was a fight in New York. That was against undefeated Jarrell Miller. Santos' last fight was in November. He went 6 rounds against Kevin Franklin. That was a decision. Alexis Santos, pride of Lawrence High School, the Lawrence Lancers, he said. Said he's never asked to play football, or he never wanted to play football. Never wanted to play any other sports. He said he's always just been a boxer. Football coach wanted him with that side. He said, no, I got a future in boxing. 12-0. Working in the body of Barron, who's just holding on.
And here he's got that undefeated record. And I don't think he's regretting making the boxing move thus far with undefeated record, and a solid first round here for Alexis Santos.
Relax and let it come. In combination, okay? If you don't like that body at all, just punch in combination, keep changing heights. Don't hold straight back, okay? Don't do that. You did it once. Please.
All right? You're too hyper there, okay?
Slow it down.
Upcoming fights, April 3rd, we're in Indio, California. More heavyweights, Ortiz against Barron. The 14th, we're in Chicago, Rios against Gancio. The 18th, the same week, Paulie Malignaggi, right before you fight. We're in San Antonio, Sanchez and Silva. The 28th, down to Puerto Rico, Perez and Romero. A busy April for Golden Boy Boxing, and you're on one of them, the 19th. The same card as Bernard Hopkins and Shumanov.
Yeah, I'll rejoin you guys after that fight.
Yeah,
I'll be on the Puerto Rico show where Mike Perez is fighting, and I'll rejoin the commentating crew with that one. I'll be missing the first 3 though in April.
You'll be fighting for the IBF title against Sean Porter, and I know that. Now, Paulie, I know that fighters love running. I mean, come on, you can do some running in Chicago.
Yeah.
It's nice and cold. Or Puerto Rico, which one do you want?
But you know what? When you're fighting for a world title, you gotta have that training camp, the proper training camp. So,
yeah, you did work out this morning. Paulie Malignaggi taking on Sean Porter the 19th at the Armory in D.C. And I saw you on Twitter. Of course, the SMK, social media king, has already got the new hashtag and new IBF champion. Let's see if that happens, and good luck to you on the 19th. Here in the second round, Alexis Santos, undefeated in his young career, 12-0 against Sylvester Barron, who's 8-3. Barron, the southpaw stance. And Paulie, what's this so hard about going up against the southpaw?
Well, usually you just don't see them. So, you know, it's some different angles. You know, defensively you have to move a little different. You have to use a different variation of offense at times. But you don't want to overthink it. And it doesn't seem like Santos has overthought anything at all. He's just come out and thrown punches. And at the end of the day, you're still in a fight, so you still have to throw punches and be sharp to get the win.
And there's always that concern about the clash of headbutts because of the footwork, right?
Of course, your lead feet are kind of mirroring each other. As a matter of fact, if you look in the mirror when you're a right-hander, your reflection looks at you at the southpaw stance. So, you know, you're gonna have your feet in front of each other, so you can step on each other's feet, kind of lean the same way at times. So there are some things to look out for.
Santos has been letting the southpaw affect him, coming out, being strong, and it is loud inside the House of Blues. Santos' fans have been loud from the get-go, but once their fighter came into the ring, everybody is screaming and yelling. you see Barron clenching. And this is what the aggressiveness, the veteran, even though he doesn't have many fights, but the fact you're 39, you're going up against a young pup, you always know something when you're older.
Yeah, of course.
Santos bouncing around that ring. Barron with his hands up. Two fighters feeling each other out here in the second round. Santos a more aggressor. Hometown kid. Moving around. Talked to him before the fight. Come on, man, what's your Twitter? He's like, I don't have one. Okay, so a male in his 20s doesn't have Twitter. Like, what about Instagram? He goes, I just got one. Okay.
Yeah, he seems like a busy guy.
Yeah.
You don't have time for social media. You got a lot going on.
Yeah, very soft-spoken, more quiet. Kind of reminds me of a former Massachusetts fighter, heavyweight, John Ruiz.
Yeah.
Never really talked. 36 rounds with Evander Holyfield. The quiet man who let his guns go. And he had that beard also.
Yeah.
We're inside the House of Blues in Boston, Massachusetts. Alexis Santos there on your screen against Sylvester Barron. And we're talking about John Ruiz, Paulie, about the boxing in Boston. And you can just tell by this environment how everybody's fired up. And then Santos comes out strong and starts the third. And he's just bringing the pressure to Barron. Has him in the corner. But the names that you can throw around with Boston, historical boxing, is Barron lands a couple of shots. Joe Louis fought Boston's Al McCoy for the heavyweight title at the Boston Garden in 1940. You had Hagler, Collins, Mickey Ward, who's here in attendance tonight. There you see Santos. Santos in the corner working Barron. Santos trying to get his name involved with some of those Boston legends. And I know you had an interaction with Mickey Ward before the fight. I mean, the names that come out of Boston, awesome.
Yep.
Like the Northeast just loves boxing. You're a Brooklyn guy. Philly, Julian Williams is up next.
Yeah.
The Philly fighters.
Some hotbeds for boxing up in the Northeast for sure.
That's why I love talking to you. You're talking about the Gleason's training and everybody around there. That fight between you and Zab in Brooklyn. Everybody came out. The Burrows were all about it.
Yeah, it's that Northeast rivalry. Sometimes, they develop that big following.
Alexis Santos, silver and black trunks, 12-0 with 10 KOs in his career. And a tough one here with Sylvester Barron. And tonight's CompuBox stats are brought to you by ThrowdownFantasy.com. Draft fighters, track stats, and win. And you see Santos landing 28% of his punches through 2 rounds. Barron only 17. Barron knows why he was brought here, Paulie. It's to give this kid some rounds and make it tough on him. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, he's trying to last the rounds and get there. His output isn't enough to make you think that he's trying to win the rounds, but at least at times he shows some spunk in there like he just showed there. And, if he can get through the rounds unscathed, he'll have done more than what's expected of him, because really Santos, a guy with a lot of knockouts, is expected to stop him too.
Barron committed himself full-time to boxing 3 years ago. He said he has 5 kids, and there's Santos lands a nice right. And Barron is holding on. Referee Bob Benoit getting mixed, but Santos keeps on pushing. Barron said he wakes up in the morning, runs, takes the kids to school, come back, picks them up, and then goes to the gym to train some more. He's also a boxing instructor, just trying to make some money to get going at the age of 39 in Seattle, Washington. Referee Bob Benoit separating the two. Santos working upstairs. Santos with the heavy output. Barron just leaning on top of Santos. Barron outweighs him by 15 pounds. Nice left by Barron. Santos just keeps on coming. And there you see 2 big heavyweights.
Step back, Craig. Step back, Craig. Come on out here. Good.
Acts from that round, as Barron kind of throws a tappy type of punch, not a lot on it, and Santos takes advantage by coming in with a bit of momentum and landing that big right hand.
4th round between Alexis Santos and Sylvester Barron, and just 2 big guys feeling each other out. This is probably one of the tougher fights that Santos has had. He's only gone to the cards twice. One of them, his last fight in November against Kevin Franklin, where he won the decisions in 6 rounds. And his 3rd fight overall in his career That was back in 2011. He won a split decision in Atlanta, Georgia. That was against Clinton Hester. But other than that, all knockouts for Alexis Santos. And tonight, there he goes. He stuns Barron, who's bleeding from the nose. And that's probably one of the best punches that Santos has landed tonight, Paulie Malignaggi.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Santos landed some good shots, but what you want to see is going back to what we were talking about in the first fight, where Kavanaugh was told by Joel Diaz not to smother himself. A lot of times, Santos, in his aggression, will smother his own offense and take away some of the sting from his own shots.
That's some of that energy where he just comes out, he doesn't pace himself a little bit.
Yeah, you know, again, you want to make sure you have the proper punch distance so that you can get proper leverage on your shots. Santos has some good snaps, some good speed, but sometimes he smothers his own work. Gets a bit too close.
Santos in great shape. See the lats on him exploding. There you see Barron going the uppercut. Now he's just going for the wild punches, Paulie.
Yeah, he doesn't, at this point, you know, he knows he's behind. He's trying to get respect any way he can from Santos, who's not respecting him at all. He's walking him right down.
And there you see referee Bob Benoit separating the two. They were clenching.
There, that's what I mean right there. See, he threw a right hand, then he got too close for the follow. He couldn't follow up because he stepped in too hard after that right hand.
So hit that and then stay back?
Well, hit that and then know your distance and follow up with more punches. I mean, you landed the right hand. Why you continue to step in after the right hand landed? You know, like, the guy's not giving ground. See, right there again. Barron didn't give ground, so you don't need to cover ground because he didn't give any ground. There he's giving ground, so you got to cover ground. But when Barron's not giving ground, there's no reason to cover that ground. You can just keep throwing right from where you're at, and you'll get more leverage on your shots.
So Santos is doing exactly what Barron wants him to do there.
In some ways, yeah, in some ways, it's allowing Barron to survive. So yeah, Barron's not going to complain about Santos smothering himself, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's not going to complain about Santos staying outside and just teeing off on him. Less than 30 seconds to go in the fourth round. Alexis Santos from Lawrence, Mass. Against Sylvester Barron from Seattle, Washington, and good mix there by Santos.
It's literally just a measure of a half step. It's really all it is.
And there you see Santos checking us out.
A bit of a half step back, and he'll be able to actually create space to let go of maybe 2-3 more hard shots as opposed to smothering himself.
Alexis Santos, Sylvester Barron, heavyweight division, House of Blues in Boston on St. Patrick's Day. Santos in silver and black, Barron in white and black. The old school just trunks, no sponsorship on them. Fifth round scheduled for 6, probably a tougher fight than Alexis Santos thought he was going to have. And there you see the big wild punch from Barron, Paulie Malignaggi.
I wouldn't say it's tough for the sake that Barron's done anything to trouble him. It's more just for the sake that, you know, Santos is a guy who's used to getting knockouts and being forced here to go some rounds. And there you saw, he took a half step back in there. What Barron did is step in so he could smother back. But again, that's the idea. You want to create that punch space. And he was able to land a couple of extra shots.
At the end of the fourth round.
Now he's looking to break as Barron's going to hold it.
Yeah. Santos at the end of the fourth round looked at your way. Paulie nodded his head like, I'm good. He's looking good here in the fifth, coming out the aggression and keeping the distance like you've been talking about.
See, Santos fights in spots. You see, he comes out, you know, he's kind of catching his breath, and he's going to explode again. He's going to explode. The trick is now when he does explode offensively, make sure he keeps that proper punch distance for the follow-up, because it's the follow-up that he's not able to get off when he smothers himself.
And there you see Barron just holding on. Once he smothers him, Barron holds.
Yeah, Barron's always going to oblige in that situation.
A big right hand from Santos pushes Barron back. Now he has him on the ropes.
That was a good shot. And here, Santos has a chance here. If Santos can punch from proper angles here, he's got a chance right here to stop it.
You're talking about fighting in the spurts. That's what Santos did. Came out, has him in the spurt. He has Barron in the corner. Barron's covering up, trying to hold on. And Santos smothering him, Paulie. Now you see Barron just exhausted, holding on here. 1:15 to go in the fifth round, scheduled for 6. Santos bringing the pressure, continuing to stay on top of him in the corner, letting Barron get out of it.
Yeah. He's just a little too close there, Santos. If Santos would have just took that half step back, and at times he does, and he's able to land a couple of more offensive shots, but you'd like to see him do it a bit more often. He ends up lunging in or leaning in. Good shot.
And there he hit him with a body shot, knocked him down. Barron goes down.
He's out.
And the towel has been thrown in. Alexis Santos knocks out Sylvester Barron in the 5th round.
A great shot by Santos, and again, it goes to show you what happens when he does create that punching space. He's able to get more weight on his shots. And when you get more weight, it means leverage, and leverage will give you the KO.
Barron took a body shot, then he was clocked by Santos as he was going down. And there you see the Lawrence, Massachusetts native, Alexis Santos, with his 11th KO in his career. He improves to 13-0. First time ever on TV. Friends and family got to see him, and he put on a show there in the 5th round.
Yeah, a spectacular KO.
I want to give a special thanks to all my promoters, everybody that sponsored me. Thank you guys. Golden Boy, everybody that helped me out. Boxing Fanatic, thank you guys for the shout out. I love everybody that came to support me. All you guys watching at home, this is one for Lawrence. Thank you guys.
You see, Barron was out before he hit the ground. I mean, the referee should have probably stepped in a little faster there.
Yeah, Barron took 2 big shots to the head, and he was out on his way down.
Yeah, the ref's got to jump in there. That's the thing. The ref allowed Barron to take a couple of extra punches, which he should not have taken. As we see here again, Barron right here. See his arm drop, see his left arm drop, and he's falling in. He's out right here. He's basically out. He's trying to protect him. Now he's really out, and he's got to take that shot. The ref's just a little slow stepping in there. That last left hook really put him out.
3 shots to the head of Sylvester Barron in the 5th round. And Alexis Santos, who at the end of the 4th round looked at your way, Paulie, nodded his head, said he was good, and he definitely made that look good in the 5th. And he's telling you, man, he's telling you, he said he's a work in progress, Paulie Malignaggi.
Yeah, that's the idea you want a young fighter to have. You know, he knows he's a work in progress. He's trying to better himself, get better. And that's the idea of a young, hungry fighter. Every day in the gym getting better and better.
And there you see Sylvester Barron. He was on the stool with the doctors, able to stand up, go back into his corner. He's shaking her head, but he ran into a young, tough one, Alexis Santos.
That's exactly.
Hey, fucking tough motherfucker.
And let's go to the ring with Joe Martinez.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes officially 2 minutes, 8 seconds. Round number 5. Referee Bob Benoit puts a halt to the contest for your winner by KO victory. He is still undefeated, Alexis Santos.
Thank you guys. Let's go tell them good fight.
Alexis Santos from Lawrence, Mass. is now 13-0, 11 KOs in his career. And there you see our headliner, Julian Williams, coming up. Julian Williams, Freddie Hernandez, 10 rounds, junior middleweights.